You're listening to WBGU FM on 88.1 and HD1, Bowling Green, Ohio. Support for WBGU comes from Aardvark Screen Printing and Embroidery, providing Bowling Green with custom embroidered apparel for faculty and staff since 1987. Open 24/7 online at aardvarkspe.com. Hello, everybody. It's 8:11 p.m. on this Thursday evening, March 22nd. I totally know what date it is without looking. You're now tuned in to Mix here on WBGU FM, and I have a shadow in today. Like last week, another shadow to impart my knowledge onto. It's always more fun when shadows are here, and she will be talking on air. Don't you worry. I haven't set up her mic yet, but she'll be on. So for tonight's show, as promised weeks back, I'm going to finally finish up our Joe's Blue Plate special extravaganza. So this will be the fourth one, volume 31. I've played 28, 29, and 30. This is the last one in this 4 CD box set type thing that I have. So we're going to get started with that. Not quite yet. I'm going to play some electronic stuff because I know I've played, some songs from the local folder, some songs like the Indie Current stuff, but I haven't played stuff from the EDM folder. And there's actually some really fun stuff in there. So we're going to play some of that. The first song we're going to play from that folder, and these are all also current. They're electronic currents, even though we don't have like an electronic music director who like puts them in regularly. I do that whenever I get electronic stuff sent to the WBGU email, so that's how that works. Nimble Like Jack featuring Stace Cadet, not Space Cadet, Stace Cadet. This is by Volok and Rotic. Here on Mix on WBGU FM. Enjoy.
Nimble like Jack. Come on, let me hear you shout it. I'm swift like that. What you gonna do about it? I'm nimble like Jack. Come on, let me hear you shout it. I'm swift like that, 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 'cause I'm nimble like. Come on, let me hear you shout it. I'm swift like that. What you gonna do about it? I'm nimble like Jack. Come on, let me hear you shout it. I'm swift like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that.
Jones, and you're listening to WBGU Bowling Green.
This is DJ Keeley, host of the best punk, indie, alternative, and rock show, Teenage Wasteland. Expect content from bands like With Confidence and Glass House Point, along with the latest in entertainment news. Teenage Wasteland, every Tuesday night from 10 to midnight, right here on WBGU 88.1 FM.
The NLS Braille and Talking Book program gives patrons the freedom to read their way.
Everybody can read the way they want to read using this program.
For more information, call 1-888-NLS-READ.
Laying on the floor in the doorway, looking at these pictures, nothing left to say. We were meant to grow old, now these feelings take hold. Are we ever gonna be okay again?
Keep on trying, running and you're listening to WBGU FM on 88.1 and HD1, Bowling Green, Ohio.
Support for WBGU comes from Aardvark Screen Printing and Embroidery, providing Bowling Green with custom embroidered apparel for faculty and staff since 1987. Open 24/7 online at aardvarkspe.com. Boy, I wish I was on a beach right now. Am I right? Ahaha. Yes, because it's cold again. You're listening to Mix Mix. Here with me, DJ Mick. I forget if I introduced myself at the beginning of the show. Probably didn't. Anyway, you've been listening to a couple EDM currents, or electronic currents, if you don't want to call that music EDM, which I understand. We heard Nimble Like Jack featuring Stace Cadet. Gets me every time. That's Sneaky Stace by Volak and Rotic. And then Lift Yo Legs by Ronnie Rex. Roni? Not really sure. And then Be Okay Again featuring Daniel Johns by the band What So Not. And then Credits by Jero. All hot off the presses stuff. So it's 8:30 p.m. on this Thursday evening, and I'm going to introduce the shadow. So, hello?
Hi, my name's Lauren.
Perfect. You knew exactly what I was going to ask.
There you
go. Okay, yes, so Lauren, why don't you tell us... All right, tell us your major, what year you are, and we'll keep it at that. We'll get more bits of info about you as the show progresses. So how about just those two things?
Okay, so I'm a media production major, and I'm thinking about minoring in marketing, and I am a sophomore right now.
All right, cool. Very cool. Sophomore, okay. That's good. That'll give you a good, solid 2 years of DJing. So you're in the class, the credit hour class right now.
Yes.
How is that going? Do you, learn a lot at one time? Because it's only once a week, right?
Yeah, we have an hour-long class every Monday. For the first few weeks, we just sat and talked about radio. Mm-hmm. And then the past 3 or 4 classes, we actually come in to the actual studio, and we get to run our own show with our teacher, and get to listen to ourselves and have pretend callers come in and play our own music.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
That's good. That's very interactive. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. All right, so I think I'll do a couple of events, and then Lauren will read the weather off to you all you lovely listeners. So one event that's happening actually tomorrow, Friday the 23rd, is the Bowling Green Opera Theater and the Department of Theater and Film present Mozart's Così fan tutti, which I learned about briefly in one of my music history classes. I don't remember anything about it, but it starts at 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So if you want to see some opera, there you go. It's in the Donnell Theater of the Wolf Center. And then, if you're not into opera, if you're more on the local music side, I don't really know what to call these guys. Discount Nostalgia. They have a pretty unique description for themselves. I forget if it's on their Facebook page or what. But anyway, they're a local band, and it's their debut album, Songs for Dogs. It's the release party for that, the release show for that. And it's happening at Howard's. Starts at 9, goes till 1 a.m., somewhere around that range of times. It's free, so go ahead and see them at their debut album show. There's also the bands American Spirits and Mindless Matters. Both American Spirits and Discount Nostalgia are now actually in our local section. So why don't I play some of them for you? Obviously, screw the electronic stuff. I'm going to play you some local sad boy tunes. It's going to be great. And then I promise we will get into the Joe's Blue Plate special. But how about I'll play a song off of the new Discount Nostalgia album, and then I'll play a American Spirit song that we have in there too, since they'll be playing with them. So without further ado, let me pick. Wow, our local folder is so big now. I'm so proud. All right, we're gonna play the first song off the album, Songs for Dogs, and it is called Pageantry, here on Mix Mix on WBGU FM.
I can't stand the fight. Don't it all feel trite? Well, better off washing one down and swallowing a pride than picking at a tea. Can I still spend the night? Thought I said something right, but I'm wrong again. Why is it you assume the worst of me? Is there such thing as a simple? I don't know. I'll never make you beg or say I told you so. I think sometimes you hate how much you still like me when I'm absolutely lonesome. I'm pointing out obvious subtleties. Our words act unsure, pensive at best. We are reeling in this part of the pageant. Is there such thing as a simple? I don't know. I never make you beg or say I told you so. No more sound tonight, sleepy eyes, sleepy eyes. No more sound tonight, sleepy eyes. No more sound tonight, sleepy eyes. No more sound tonight, sleepy eyes. I can't stand the fight, so let's turn off the lights. Now let's promise to heed each other's advice. Tomorrow's a new day. Be unoccupied with me, darling. Let's share this silence together and forever. Is there such thing as a simple? I don't know. I always get good head and say I love you so. Ooh.
got me going up. I can't explain the way she's making me feel, the way she's making me feel. It's got me going out of my head and my mind, because I'm putting in the time. So try my best for you. Oh, I'm not giving up on you. I can't explain the way she's making me feel, the way she's making me feel. It's got me going up. I can't explain the way she's making me feel, the way she's making me feel. It's got me going out of my head and my mind, because I'm putting in the time. So try my best for you. Oh, I'm so in love with you. Just two birds in a tree of your choosing. You and I, spending all day chirping and smooching. Your mother should be calling soon. Don't tell me it's time to go. Let's tiptoe to my treehouse, disconnect the telephone. We'll spend some time alone. I hope you like it.
Hi, this is Mel Browning, class of 68. You're listening to WBGU FM 88.1 and HD1, Bowling Green,
My
Ohio.
name is Ruth Rusi. I volunteer with United Way, reading to children to help prepare them for a better academic future. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
There are all kinds of songs that suggest Mondays suck, but things are turning around. Odds and Ends with DJ K2 every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. has a suggestive theme that will lift your spirit and offer a clever surprise. Tunes from any era may apply, as long as they fit the theme of the week. Keep Monday on a high note with DJ K2, Odds and Ends on 88.1 FM, WBGU.
And we're back. This is Mix. Yeah, I said that right. Wow, sometimes even the saying that confuses me because it's spelled different. So, like I said, we played some songs from the event that I was telling you about, the band Discount Nostalgia, having their CD, their new album release show. So we played Pageantry by Discount Nostalgia, and then we played So Much Time Has Pabst, like the beer, Pabst, by American Spirits, who are playing with them. And then for good measure, I threw in another discount nostalgia song called Just Two Birds, also from their upcoming, or the debut album, which you can buy at the show, I understand. So I wanted to get to know our shadow in here a little bit more. So, Lauren, what kind of radio show do you want to have?
I'd probably want to have like a solid mix between like a lot of songs and some interviews and call-ins. I think that would be a real fun DJ show, radio show.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that's a pretty like. Yes,
yeah.
I think
I'd like to know who's listening. That's what I think I'd like to know.
Yeah, boy, I wish that there was some way, like a counter, to count how many people are tuning in right now, but unfortunately not. We have to rely on you listeners to let us know if we're like doing a cool job, doing a bad job, doing a boring job. You should give us constructive feedback. That sounds cool. That sounds like fun. There are some other shows that have that kind of format where they play music. They'll have guests on and like play games. Every once in a while they will have like interviews, either like a local band comes in or they get like a phone interview kind of stuff. And those always are really fun. Mm-hmm. So what do you think your DJ name would be?
Oh, that's a tough one. I haven't really thought much about it. I'd probably combine it with my last name, like Blair or something. I don't know. I really like my last name, so.
What is your last name?
Blair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Blairin.
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 Oh, I like that.
Wait, like you're blaring.
Blaring, yeah.
Okay.
That's fun. I'll give you props for that.
Thanks. I will accept that. If that is your DJ, if I tune in when I'm in grad school and I hear DJ Blairin, I'll be like that.
There you go. That one's you.
All right. Cool. Well, now you've got to know future DJ Lauren a little bit more. We're going to get to the Joe's Blue Plate special. This is the last volume that I have. And I've tried to look this whole series up on the internet, and there's really not a lot about it. Whenever I type this in, I find like the Discogs entries for them, because there were many, many volumes. I only have 28 to 31, but there were, many more than 31. I find archived pages from their website that you can't actually click on anything because it's an archived page. So that's like really weird. I find like people's profiles, like radio people that were like, oh yes, and she was like the producer of Joe's Blue Plate special, like little quirky things like that. But there's really not, like, there are no recordings of this, like, posted to YouTube or anything like that. And they're kind of expensive to buy these on the like CD selling sites that I do find some of these on, or they're from like other countries and things like that. So I feel WBGU is very blessed to have this. And I'm assuming, since we have one of these, that I think that we got sent more than one, but over 18 years, I'm sure people have walked off with them, or they've been sold at CD sales and things like that. Lisa Rico at WFAL was the person who received this. That's who it was sent to back in 2000. We were still in 120 West Hall, which we were all the way up until my sophomore year. Interesting how the times have changed. So if you've been listening to the show and you've heard me play these Blue Plate specials, when I open the 4-disc CD, I find breads and cereals, dairy, meat, and fruits and vegetables. So these are the flaps, and then you open the flap, and then there's the CD. So we've done breads and cereals, we've done dairy, we've done meat, and now the fourth one is fruits and vegetables. So I'll read to you what the flap says. Universal Fruit Sphere, $1.26. A fruit platter with such a sweet taste, it will lift your feet off the ground. Pineapples, grapes, apples, and pears inhabit this delicious planet, served with margarine. Okay, well, I was on board until it said margarine, but okay, whatever. So that's what and then you open the flap, and then you take the CD out, and then it says, fruits and vegetables, perhaps the most underrated of the 4 food groups, fruits and vegetables are essential for vitamin C, iron, and almost every other vitamin your body needs. Hashtag true. True. Very true. This is my favorite section of this, being vegan. Well, I guess breads and cereals is like debatable, but whatever. Okay. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little bit. I wish I could like project to you listeners like an image of what I'm looking at, but I can only describe it. So anyway, that's what we're going to be listening to. So I'm going to let it play with minimal interruption. I'll still be playing, you know, the little PSAs and things like that, like I have to play, but we won't be coming in and doing much talking because I want it to be as much of a immersive experience as it can be. So put yourself back in 2000. Bring It On has just come out. Girls are crimping their hair and wearing belly button rings, and guys are wearing seashell necklaces, and just life is great. Korn is like the best band on the planet, and life is good, basically. Are you ready? Here we go.
Please, honey, can I take your order?
Yeah, like, I'd like a chocolate malt and like a Joe's Blue Plate special.
Would you be liking fries with that?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Come again.
Joe's Blue Plate Special.
Hi, this is Dave Corey, and welcome to this megalomaniacal edition of Joe's Blue Plate Special. Why megalomaniacal, you ask? Well, we have an amazingly in-depth interview with California's Ozo Motley. Not only will you be pleasured with an interview, but we have exclusive music as well. All this plus a veritable plethora of great independent music. Samsung's Yep digital audio player is proud to be a sponsor of Joe's Blue Plate Special. Digital downloads of every kind of music are available at SamsungYep.com. That's Samsung, Yep, YEPP.com. Joe's Blue Plate Special is giving stuff away. One lucky winner each month has a chance to win a Samsung Yep digital audio player. Your favorite independent music can be copied from joesgrill.com, and you can take it with you wherever you go. Entries can be submitted at joesgrill.com, simply by telling us your favorite band from today's show. It will even come loaded with a sampler of Joe's Blue Plate Special shows.
And we serve good food. Not fancy, but good. Still, a hamburger's a hamburger, Harry.
The first band on today's show is Pinback. Pinback is a two-piece that rose from the ashes of San Diego's 3 Mile Pilot. This song is from their EP on Tree Records.
Hyperdrive sequence begun. Hit it, Pinback.
charm cereal. I wake up every morning coming up with dope material. My lyrical intertwine with this beat. Brain connect to the hand to the sheet. The interaction of it all makes it complete to the shit that you hearing as a dope ass release. Spit the fine verse that's appealing to another braggadocious. Some days on the other undercover. Can you bob your head? You feel it what I speak in this land of the slave, home of the thief. Bring my lingo for them blacks and them gringos, Cadillacs, Jeeps, and even those pushing windows. So step to me, you're feeling kinda frisky. Me, DAP will drop the very quickly, catch an attitude with you. If you're thinking you were dope, but bring a static on that ass like the landlord, Mr. Roper. Cause I'm getting tired of you ego tripping. Yeah, you can freestyle, but on the long road you were flipping straight, slipping like with the curl. It's been a long time coming, but you're not ready for my world. So go, girl, like Michael with the thrill. Guard your grill. Here come a from Park Hill, claiming my neighborhood, never claiming to say. Cause if you're young, black, and dumb, you're not a threat. What you see is what you get. No sporting, no gold, no sporting, no Rolex. No pimp of the year up in his game. The R-double-E, that is his name. What you see is what you get. No sporting, no gold, no sporting, no Rolex. No pimp of the year up in my game. The D-A to the B, that is my name. I said now, what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. While your rhyming delays, I spray mine these ways. Mike on the attack and you stuck on the DK. There is no party if there is no DJ. Can't run with three on the 4-man relay. Can I write my style to break your back? Ngoma, 2 flavors, 1 Reese, 1 Dap in the pack. In your ears are 2 creators, 1 love the worldwide logo inspirators and the perpetrators who perpetrate, strive to be greater. Man, you can be great. What's your fate?
You're listening to WBGU FM on 88.1.
Refuse to lose, don't pay no dues. The situation gets grim. It's like going in the nana with no help from a gym. If there's no sun in your life, your world is dim. Man, I love being me. I wouldn't wanna be him. And if I was, I still wouldn't wanna be him. What's up, Tim? You see the chocolate sister with the body. I'm down the rocket stage. I relax at the party. Been in love with hip hop way before Lottie Dottie. Before that, Big John threw his first house party. It was me, myself, and I was learning to spit. There I run from. To me, it's irrelevant cause I'm from Colorado. Watch the way that I represent. What you see is what you get. No sipping Cristal, no sipping on Moet. No 187 up in his game. The R-double-E, that is his name. I said now what you see is what you get. No sipping Cristal, no sipping on Moet. No 187 up in my game. The D-A to the P, that is my name. I said now what you see is what you get. No sporting, no gold, no sporting, no Rolex. No 187 up in his game. That is his name. I said now what you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. Let the rhythm hit him.
You're listening to WBGU FM on 88.1 and HD1 Bowling Green, Ohio.
Support for WBGU comes from Aardvark Screen Printing and Embroidery, providing Bowling Green with custom embroidered apparel for faculty and staff since 1987. Open 24/7 online at aardvarkspe.com.
Goma with their song What You See, showing their hometown pride by spelling UC with the letters used by the University of Colorado. Capital U and capital C.
I saved you a snack in the kitchen. Come on.
Next we have Christian Hoffman. Despite the popular belief that Christian is only a woman's name, Christian is a man. He spells his name with a K and is often seen posing with radios in his photographs.
At the ATM, the camera captured them. Trust was broken from its crypto stem. Like the lottery, it happens randomly. Feel so helpless to rewrite your destiny, but now that my sister has a rifle of her own, sweat that forms upon your palm tells you it's earthquake weather. Well, the blame's not hers. She hastily avers. I'm only threatened by anything that stirs. Here's the gun I got. I'm a pretty decent shot. Nervous giggles punctuate the polyglot, but now that my sister has a rifle of her own, tomorrow has no tether. That itchy trigger finger shivers to the bone. You recall the sweat that forms upon your palm tells you it's earthquake weather. When you're married to fear, an affair with control doesn't seem so immoral. But this fast food for thought that is starving your soul leaves it far too anemic to question the role of the placid bravura you've bitten off. And if that's how you settle the score, your remembrances tend to be floral. When the earthquake thrust the cracked sarcophagus, trust was dead as Ozymandias. We can only rest with the trigger half depressed. If that's the answer, may I suggest we change the question. Now that my sister has a rifle of her own, tomorrow has no tether. The fat jungle law crawls back upon its throne. Does he recall the sweat that falls upon your palm tells you it's earthquake weather? This is the answer. May I make a suggestion? If this is the answer, better find a new question. If this is the answer, may I make a suggestion? If this is the answer, better find a new question.
Joe's Blue Plate Special.
Now let's listen in on our own mistress of music, Olga, while she talks to Ozo Motley.
You said that singing was hard because your dad was just really critical, or?
Yeah, he's very critical. Like him and all my uncles, he was very innovative for his time. In Mexico City, he was singing rock and roll songs in Spanish. Back in the day, he was playing bass and he was singing. And back then, it was kind of a not very known thing to do. You know, you couldn't do it back then. It was really hard to. But he did it, and he also loved singing trio music, like boleros, with requinto on the guitars and the whole thing. He did mariachi stuff too, but his strong point was mostly with boleros. Because my grandfather was actually the big musician out of everybody, and my granduncle too. He was a big composer, and I have all those big records that he did, those 78 RPM ones, and they're really
thick.
Yeah. And I hear his voice, and he was very well classically opera trained. You know, you could really tell he was really good at it. He really was the one that inspired me. I would see all these old black and white pictures of him, and him playing at La XW, which was a really big radio station back then. I don't know what the equivalent is out here, But back in the 40s and 50s, this was one of the big stations, and you could see him right there with a big conga, tumbador actually, the kind that Ricky Ricardo used to have, what he would dance around with.
Babalu.
Babalu, yeah, he would have one of those, and he would sing. And there's a big picture of him, like, you know, all Babalu style, you know, with a suit, and his hair is all slick, you know, and man, that really, it just looked like a really magical thing, the fact that I was related to him, and just looking at that, and just hearing his voice and how beautiful it was.
We'll catch back up with Ozo Motley after we check out some more good indie music.
Too many papers and tests. Do what I do, put it off. One great way to procrastinate is to listen to music on the internet. But then you have to sit in front of your computer and listen on those crappy plastic 2-inch computer speakers. But with the Samsung Yep digital audio player, you can download your favorite tunes from the internet and take them with you wherever you go. And it's about the size of a deck of cards, so you can take your music anywhere, even into outer space. You can change out the music whenever you want, so it's kind of like having your own personal soundtrack every day of the year. So next time you want to skate, ride your mountain bike, or just hang out and get your fade on, you can bring the music with you with the Samsung Yep digital audio player to make it even better. Available at joesgrill.com or Best Buy stores everywhere.
Do you have a monkey for a head? Then chances are you could probably use some indie music for both of your brains. Plenty of new music is available at joesgrill.com or by dialing 1-888-JOES-GRILL.
Hey, this is Duncan. I'm the current producer of the Blue Plate Special. Here's the deal. We here at Joe's spend so much time making fun of everybody else, we felt when we make a mistake, it's only fair for you to make fun of us. Well, here's your chance. In a hurry to leave town to interview Wesley Willis for a documentary, Dave mistakenly forgot to read one page of notes. So, for the next few songs, you're going to hear my voice instead of the soothing sound of Dave Corey. I apologize for this, and hope it never happens again. Thanks. Here's Ozo Motley with an exclusive track for Joe's Blue Plate Special.
dos cosas ciertas son la muerte y el cambio. En la vida dos cosas ciertas son la muerte y el cambio.
Hi, I'm Kristen Hirsch, and you're listening to Joe's Blue Plate Special.
Now let's get back to our interview with Oza Motley.
Did you go to any sort of music school?
I went to the conservatories a lot in LA, at Cal State LA, but I just hated discipline. When I really got heavy into music was in junior high school, playing trumpet in my last year in junior high. Had this amazing teacher, and thank God for this teacher. Oh my God. Mrs. Johnson Lang. She was a violinist and she played trumpet horribly, but she managed to get me so excited about playing it. You know, there's a difference between teaching and nurturing, you know, and she really had a gift to do stuff like that.
Next up is Reno Kid. This band is from Germany and have been described as a step between the Promise Ring and Braid. This is a song from their American debut on Nerd Rock Records. The song is called The 10-Second Rule.
Hey guys, this is DJ Bands with the Freshman 15 show on WBGU FM. You were a freshman once, right? Learning the ropes of college, living on your own, struggling with roommates, and pizza for every meal. If this describes your freshman year and you need a reason to skip your 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. class, you can listen in on 88.1 or on the TuneIn app on your phone or laptop. So don't do drugs, stay in school, and embrace the Freshman 15.
My name is Tom.
My name is Cindy.
We give to and volunteer with United Way at our community free health clinic.
We know our time and money are going to the right places.
We don't just wear the shirt.
We live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Joe's Blue Plate Special.
You're tuned in to Joe's Blue Plate Special, the best of unsigned and independent music, right here on the neatest radio station ever. Stay tuned for our interview with Oza Motley.
Do you like talented women with strong voices? So do we. So we were happy when our next artist submitted her music to the Blue Plate Special.
There are times when you should look into a woman's eyes and forget everything else in the world, but this isn't one of them.
This is Christina with Did I Lie? That was the Lassie Foundation with a song off their Grand Theft Autumn debut CD entitled The Crown of the Sea. We here at Joe's Blue Plate Special are not afraid to make fun of European bands who are trying to speak English. Next up, we have Jane's Dettid, spelled D-E-T-D, period. We still have no idea what that is.
One day while cruising round, bumped into this fat-ass kid. Reacted quite uptight, offered him laxative. Dead meat to be, he poetically said. So I crawled on my bike, hit my pedals and fled. You can run, but you can't hide, he screamed, and I thought he had a point. So I went right back, stood up to this, running good from hell. Boy, was I wrong, oh so wrong. This bully sure kicked my butt. Short and sweet, but so hard, backed me right off my feet. No Ninja Turtles appeared at the scene. So it was the most pathetic fight ever seen. If you can run, if you can hide, you might as well prepare to die. 'Cause if they label you worse than you know the reasons why. You're not aware of Kung Fu or any martial arts at all. And your mommy feeds you tofu, so forever you'll stay small. Not a happy camper, not today, 'cause I'm in pain. Now I realize what I did back there was insane. I was seeming to get myself in these situations. When it comes to love, I might as well be blind. So I decided to hear me, start asking questions, and they're gonna sound like this. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna cheat, man. I ain't gonna lie. What you gonna tell, man? You better believe it! Now the same sort of thing happened the other night. I was driving home with someone special. Before I could speak, a little angry monster jumped out of my throat. It said something like this. I ain't gonna lie! Now you're gonna cheat me! I ain't gonna lie! What you gonna tell me?
That was
Hi, this is Justin Heminger, class of 2001. You're listening to WBGU FM 88.1 and HD1, Bowling Green, Ohio.
Support for WBGU comes from Aardvark Screen Printing and Embroidery, providing Bowling Green with custom embroidered apparel for faculty and staff since 1987. Open 24/7 online at aardvarkspe.com. Hello. We are back. It is 9:34 p.m. on this Thursday evening, 2018, and you are somewhat almost done listening through volume 31 of Joe's Blue Plate special from around the year 2000. So that's all you've been listening to. I don't have any more backlogging for you. That's it. So what we're going to do now is do a little bit of some events that are happening in the world and to see what the weather is looking like the next couple days. So for some events, I have that there is a... Oh, this looks... Oh, yeah, no, it's fine. So there's public skate that goes on at the Slater Family Ice Arena, which is just kind of on the edge of campus. And they have public skate, which is $5 general admission. If you're a BGSU student or faculty member or staff member, it's $3. Preschool, $3. Group rate, $3. Skate rental, $3 per person. And that happens, the public skate section of that happens from 3:30 to 5:20 every Saturday and Sunday until March 31st. So you only have 2 weekends left to get in your public skate. I can vouch for this experience. I went with my boyfriend, paid $6 and skated around, and I held him up and I would just supported the heck out of him, and he didn't fall one time. So it's a great experience, so go do that. And then again at Howard's tomorrow evening, Discount Nostalgia, local band, is going to be releasing their debut album, and it'll be there, so you can buy it there. Songs for Dogs is the name of their album. There's also going to be the bands American Spirits and Mindless Matters. It's a free show, again at Howard's. Music starts around 9 tomorrow night. So my observer tonight is Lauren. You've already been introduced. So Lauren will now give you the weather for the next couple days.
Hey guys, so the weather is looking like we got a low of 25 tonight, clear skies, and it looks like during Friday the high is 45 with a low of 25, mostly sunny, and on Saturday high of 40 and low of 26, mostly cloudy.
All right, that's fair.
Seems pretty good. We got some sunshine, hopefully.
Yeah, that'll make it better.
The sun's always good.
I swore that it was gonna be like the weather was gonna be on the up and up. I think, I don't know, like last week, and then came that like day of sleet or like rain, snow, or whatever.
I woke up Wednesday and I looked out the window and it was snowing, and I was like, gotta be kidding me.
I was so upset. I could have sworn, but it's okay. It looks like at the beginning of next week we've got some 50s coming in temperature wise, so hopefully that will actually be the case and we won't get any more snow or any more freezing temps, hopefully. All right, so I think we're going to continue and finish up this Joe's Blue Plate special, and I think it might actually bring us to the end of our show. So we'll see if the next DJ Drew, I don't know if he calls himself DJ Drew or just Drew, but anyway, Tear Down the Walls is after this. So let us finish up the Joe's Blue Plate special, volume 31.
Oshia with their unreleased song Nickel Lip Service. Oshia has members of Hedge, Endpoint, 5 Times Fast, and By the Grace of God.
Too many papers and tests? Do what I do, put it off. One great way to procrastinate is to listen to music on the internet, but but then you have to sit in front of your computer and listen on those crappy plastic 2-inch computer speakers. But with the Samsung Yep digital audio player, you can download your favorite tunes from the internet and take them with you wherever you go. And it's about the size of a deck of cards, so you can take your music anywhere, even into outer space. You can change out the music whenever you want, so it's kind of like having your own personal soundtrack every day of the year. So next time you want to skate, ride your mountain bike, or just hang out and get your fade on, you can bring the music with you with the Samsung Yep digital audio player to make it even better. Available at joesgrill.com or Best Buy stores everywhere.
Do you want CDs? Well, I'm not going to finish that joke, but you can buy any music of all varieties at joesgrill.com or by calling 1-888-JOES-GRILL. Right now, let's get back to our interview with the superheroes of Ozomatli.
I went through like a kind of a depression when I was a kid.
I think everybody goes through.
Everybody goes through. I went to The Only Thing That's Sure in Life Is Death. Who was the guy that wrote that? I forgot his name. His whole bit was about the only thing that's sure in life is death. But then I went through this whole thing because around the time I was in high school, like a lot of my cousins and friends were killed through gang violence and drugs or whatever, and some of them weren't even in gangs. It was back in the day when it seemed like every kid on the block had a gun, you know? It was just all these ugly wars and bad blood that has been there for years. I lost my brother to that. You know, my big brother.
Did you ever feel pressure to join a gang?
No, actually, I always felt pressured not to from him. He was a little older when it really got ugly, and he kept me as far as possible from anything like that, and he made sure I would. You know, he was very protective of me, and I remember one time when things got really ugly in the early '80s. I was a little kid, I guess. And his rival gang that he was fighting with or whatever couldn't get to him, so they tried to get to me. They knew I was the little brother. And there was these kids that were older, you know, they were teenagers. And I was barely like 11 or something, and they started trying to get me to kick my ass, you know. But I guess, you know, the word on the street spreads real quick. And within a minute or two, my brother came in the lowrider with his friends and beat the crap out of those other kids. Yeah. It's just an example of how strong he was, you know. He was a big inspiration to me the whole time when I was in school. Because right when I got my scholarship, full tuition paid and everything to go to Cal Arts, which must have been around Easter, because he died on Easter Sunday. And the next week, I found out I got a scholarship to go to Cal Arts. I mean, all paid for. And I went through all these thoughts back then, like, oh man, why should I go to college? Why couldn't he do it? And I always had that whole battle. And I wrote a lot of music about it and stuff, and I have a hard time even performing it. You know?
More to come with Ozomatli, but for now, clean out your earwax and prepare for some supersonic indie rock.
Joe's Blue Plate Special.
Hey, you ready for some more Ozomatli? Well, here's a hard-to-find Joe's exclusive remix of Super Bowl Sunday by Peanut Butter Wolf.
This is a new mix that makes an extra light and fluffy pancake. How's it different? Watch. Out of control. Live and direct.
nigga untraditional, metaphorically medicinal. Tuna fishy boo, decibel beats be my ritual. One condition, no relay law like a municipal. Lyrics habitual, with puppet Buddha get your foo, and I'ma do the opposite of peace and go to war. So go prepare your balls for the floor show. Every poor soul, I'm the corporal, rather resourceful. Ripping rappers from their dome piece to their torso. No remorse for imitators. My crew be innovators, paying homage as well as returning favors. Learning flavors from the path pavers. Now Ozo Motley be making new hits from past data. Take it. It's a Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out, It's a Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out, the fish and the twist in my posture. Making shots cause a brother gots to get my proper. Shrimp and lobster on my dock like a lobster. Giving shouts and states to sustain my stature. Altered chemically, ain't no gimmick behind the way that I'm designing my rhyme. Line for line you'll find in your neighborhood. There's a flavor flood, whether you're a ghetto star or if your name is Mud. I speak the truth rather courageously, and I act rather contagiously when the stage is free. The rage in me's contained, now they got me. Charlie Tuna Fish and Ozo Motley. Hey, it's a Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out, it's a Super Bowl Sunday. Check it out,
That was Infrared Sound with In a Space. Don't they just make you feel like you aren't the only one who sits alone at night? Is your record collection bearing the weight of the major label burden? If so, all the independent music you're hearing on the Joe's Blue Plate Special is available at joesgrill.com or by dialing 1-888-JOE'S-GRILL. Let's eavesdrop on our mistress of music, Olga, speaking with Ozo Motley.
This musician, songwriter, lyricist that I respect in the highest way, Michelle Degacello. When she did her second album, and it was all about her deepest things in her heart. And some people would think, oh, that's going to help you because it's a release, you know. And I was reading that she went through a little bit of a depression about it. It's not always the best way to do it. It's just something that you have to go through the whole healing process. And all of this relates to your music, you know. Like that one song that we have in the album called Cumbia de los Muertos. And that song is about my brother, but the setting is, it's a party at night in LA, and it's a family party, and everybody can come, all your friends, your grandma, your grandpa, your uncles, your cousins, and it's set on the Dia de los Muertos, and that's which is November 2nd, you know, for Mexico. And it's really more of a memoriam than Halloween, you know, how it's done in rural America. It's a memorial and paying respect to all the people that passed away. But in this song, I wrote that the one style of music that everybody dances to is the cumbia, the style of the cumbia. And I call it Cumbia de los Muertos because that night is the only night that you could dance with the spirits of your family that passed away. And in that, you try to, I see my mother dancing with my brother that passed away. And just trying to learn from the past so that when we all have our kids, to try to learn a little more from that rather than to dwell on it, you know? You could be the most amazing parent in the world, but, you know, little babies don't come with manuals, you know? And I get scared like crazy because I just had a baby son, me and my wife, and I've been reading this book called Always Running, and it was about this guy who wrote a book earlier about his gang life and how things were going and how he got out of it. He lived in LA and he managed to, like, you know, release all that stuff and all those things and all the gang violence and everything, and he finally got out of it. Then he has a son. He grows up to his early teens, and then he's faced with the same thing that he was faced in a totally different town. You know, he has to try to teach his son, you know, that's not the way to go.
Aloha. Doesn't that mean hello and goodbye? Wouldn't that be handy in relationships? Here's Cleveland's Aloha with their indie stylings and ferocious love.
Show
Hey bands, do you want to stop telling people that you're popular and actually get some airplay? If you'd like to be on our show, you can send a CD and bio to Joe's Blue Plate Special, 4919 North Broadway, Suite 22, Boulder, Colorado, 80304.
Joe's Blue Plate Special is giving away a Samsung Yep digital audio player every month. One lucky winner gets a Samsung Yep player to download your favorite independent music from joesgrill.com so you can take it with you wherever you go. Entries can be submitted at joesgrill.com or by sending a postcard to Samsung Digital Impressions, P.O. Box 774, Longmont, Colorado, 80501. Okay, you probably weren't expecting that, so here it is again. That address is Samsung Digital Impressions, P.O. Box 774, Longmont, Colorado, 80501. The Yep player will even come loaded with a sampler of Joe's Blue Plate Special shows.
Thanks to your local college station for playing this little show, and keep listening to this station because some kid in a chat room said that the next show was dope. Thanks to our engineer Zimmerman for all his hard work putting this show together. Coming up on Joe's Blue Plate Special, exclusive interviews and music from Sunny Day Real Estate and Jets to Brazil. Until then, be extreme by not drinking a liquid with yellow dye in it, and remember, let's all be independent together.